actually a huge weeaboo. I'm a huge otaku. I'm into that anime shit. 3D waifus? Nah. 2D waifus? Yeah. So recently the Attack on Titan final movie has finally came out and it was so good. I was watching it when it released and yep, that happened. The first scene that really got to me was the one where John and Reiner were clasping hands, John making sure that Reiner doesn't fall to the ground, and Reiner willing to sacrifice himself so that John can get away safely. And then John turns to Reiner and he says like, "I'm not gonna let you go. We're both scouts and death is just part of the job." Well, he didn't say those exact words, but you know, when he said that and you saw Reiner's face of like, "You still treat me as a scout?" Even after everything has happened and Reiner had this like moment of huge acceptance and forgiveness, my god, I was crying so hard. Even talking about it right now makes me like, oh my gosh. Watching that movie made me realize like, wait a minute, where's all our anime playing cards? And I'm not talking about those like cheap playing cards that are designed specifically to make a quick buck off of popular animes. I'm talking about original concepts, original anime styled playing cards. So today, I went through my collection and I pulled out 3 decks of anime playing cards and we're gonna do a quick review of these. But first, today's video is sponsored by thenewdeckorder.com. The New Deck Order is a company that designs extremely elegant playing cards. The cards feel good in your hands and look fantastic on your shelf. So what are you waiting for? Head over to thenewdeckorder.com right now and go get yourself some awesome playing cards. Alright, so today we're going to be looking at these 3 different decks of playing cards, and these decks of cards actually don't come from exactly the same place. These 2 decks specifically come from Chinese Cardistry Con, and they are made by a company called汇奇Playing Cards, whereas this one right here, I actually have no idea who printed this. Alright, so apparently this deck of playing cards is from a company called Net Corporation. I got this deck of cards probably about 10 years ago from one of my favorite cardists in the world. And this specific deck is not sealed, so let's get down to it. Front of the box, back of the box, side number 1, side number 2, bottom of the box. We open it up right here, and if you look carefully at the box, you'll tell that this deck is probably not printed by our usual suspects. Looking at this area of the box here, there isn't the usual slit that allows you to fold down the flap of the box one more time. The deck comes with 4 extra cards, 2 of which are blank and 2 of which are jokers, and these 2 jokers feature different characters from, I'm not sure which series this is. If you look closely at the bottom of the card, you can see that the copyright suggests that this deck was printed in 2008. These cards are really stiff. Let's take a look at what the faces of the cards look like. Most of the faces look normal, except for the court cards. The court cards are customized completely, whereas the aces are standard. Oops, I spoke too soon. The Ace of Hearts is customized, like so. And these are what the backs of the cards look like. Anime waifus front and center, and then there's 2 different colors on the cards themselves. There's this deep beautiful green as well as this much lighter goldish yellow color. There's also an expert use of shading to create this multiple tone look on the hair of the main character on the cards. The feeling of the cards in the hands, they don't fan. Well, let me try again. Yep. Nope. The edges of the cards are comfortable in the hands. The cards feel very light in the hands. My usual kickflip that feels good with 3, 4 or 5 cards now needs 4, 5 or 6 cards to feel comfortable. The snappiness of the cards. Ooh. Amazing. It's a real pity though, these cards actually feel not bad in the hands, except for the fact that they don't seem to be able to fan. If this deck was comfortable in the hands, I probably would be able to like wholeheartedly recommend it, and But as far as Cardistry playing cards goes, I don't think that this deck is the perfect deck of Cardistry playing cards. If I had to venture a guess about who printed this deck of playing cards, I would guess that this deck was printed by Angel's Playing Card Company. Now, these two different decks are produced by汇奇Playing Card Co., which is a card magician cardistry kind of brand. As such, I fully expect that this deck is better at handling compared to this other deck of playing cards. Also, I find it amusing, but I can't quite tell what the name of this deck of playing cards is. Pink Hat Girl Playing Cards. This is what the front of the box looks like. This is what the back of the box looks like. Edge number 1, edge number 2, and finally the bottom of the box right here. And the box is not damaged at all when you peel off the seal. That's fantastic stuff. Box opens up easily and is cut to standard playing card, the double fold down thing that I was talking about. This deck of playing cards comes with 4 extra cards, 1 double backer card like so, 1 Onisan that looks like this, 1 waifu, and another waifu. So a total of 3 different character cards and 1 double backer card. These cards look like they are fully customized, starting with the Ace of Spades, 2 of Spades, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack of Spades, ooh, custom art, Queen of Spades, nice, King of Spades, bam. Ace of Diamonds, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a Jack of Diamonds, nice, Queen of Diamonds, and the King of Diamonds. Pretty good. So it looks like every single card is fully customized. Nice. The King of Clubs, Queen of Clubs, and Jack of Clubs look like they are fast food restaurant workers, and they look so cute. This is what the backs of the cards look like. 2 faces in the middle of the cards with pink wires that go up and to the left as well as up and to the right. Little details over here with black hearts. The backs of the cards look more like standard playing cards than the faces. Actually, looking at these cards right now, this white circle around the perimeter of the cards kind of reminds me of Orbit playing cards just a little bit. Especially with the black star, the blackness up here, as well as the little specks and stars in the background. That's pretty cool. The cards are cut perfectly. Do these cards fan out of the box? Let's give it a try. Boom! Not quite, not absolutely perfect out of the box. A nice snap to them, very nice. Boom. Alright. These cards ferrule from bottom to top a little bit easier than they do from top to bottom. If the cards don't fan right out of the box perfectly, you can give them a few ferrule shuffles like this, and half the time they will fan better like this. This deck feels like a slightly drier deck of playing cards. But all in all, this deck of playing cards feels pretty good. Now, I'm gonna insert my personal opinion here. One thing I've noticed with anime playing cards though is that even though the backs are very beautiful and very full of anime characteristics, the problem I have with it is that the faces also are that they lean in a little bit too much to it. Like when it becomes more difficult to read the faces of the cards because you've decided to create way too much detail on the faces of the cards, then I think that becomes a problem, right? That it becomes a little bit too much to me. I don't know, what I personally would like to see is the backs of the cards fully represent what I want to see, i.e. an anime style deck of playing cards, but the faces of the cards should still be legible. For example, if I was doing a magic trick and I showed you guys like a card like this, it should be immediately like, I know exactly what that card is. Whereas in this case, the Ace of Spades is a little bit not as legible. Let's try with a different card. Boom, just like that. It was a little bit hard to see, but that was the Two of Clubs. So yeah, I don't like when the playing card sacrifices like legibility and visibility of the cards just to make the cards a little more anime-ish. But that being said, these ad cards look absolutely fantastic. I really like how those cards look. It feels like one of those cards that you could put in your wallet and like, haha, my waifu is with me all the time. But the faces of the cards, I don't know. I'm not sure how to feel about this. All in all, I think this deck is pretty good to handle, but I don't know what kind of situation you would be handling this deck of playing cards in. For cardistry, maybe, maybe not. I'm not quite sure. For playing cards, absolutely not. The visibility is like way down the drain. Just to look at as a card collector, maybe. Alright, now let's check out this third deck of playing cards by汇奇Magic. Cards come off real nice. This is what the box of the cards look like. There is what looks like hot foil on the design of the cards. Looks absolutely fantastic. This is what side number 1 of the box looks like. Side number 2 of the box. This is what the bottom of the box looks like. Fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Ooh. This deck of playing cards comes with 3 extra ad cards. This is what the first card looks like. It's a full art card, beautiful. The second one looks like this. I assume this is to be used as a joker. And this is what the third card looks like. Putting these 3 cards together, now damn, that's a good spread of colors. The cards look fantastic. Looking at the faces of the cards, this is what the faces of the cards look like. This is the Ace of Spades, 2 of Spades, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chord card number 1, chord card number 2, chord card number 3. Customized Ace of Books. I'm not sure what the Ace of Books is. Maybe it's the Ace of Hearts. Jack of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, King of Hearts. Next up is what I presume to be clubs. This is the King of Clubs, Queen of Clubs, Jack of Clubs. And finally the diamonds. King of Diamonds, Queen of Diamonds, Jack of Diamonds. Beautiful. Here's what the backs of the cards look like. Looks like a anime style fairy tale book kind of back design. It feels like it's actually thinner than this other deck of playing cards, which is quite interesting. This deck of playing cards actually feels more comfortable in the hands. I feel like it might be because of the edges of the cards. These cards feel very comfortable. The edges feel a little bit sharper than this deck of playing cards, but not in a bad way. It feels like when I'm doing a spring, I want to be able to feel each individual card as it sort of slides off my thumb. And with this deck of playing cards, I really can. In terms of fanability, this Cathedral deck of playing cards feels way better out of the box compared to the pink hair girl anime playing cards. How about snappiness? Usually thinner cards not as good as snap. Let's give it a try. Not bad at all, not bad at all. And this deck of playing cards fares from bottom to top absolutely perfectly. The thinness of this deck of playing cards feels very good in the hands. I'm actually pleasantly surprised by this deck of playing cards. Ooh. Previously I mentioned that this deck of playing cards feels very dry in the hands. That is not the case with this deck of playing cards. This deck feels very nice. It feels slightly oily, which might sound sus to you guys, but I love the way it feels in the hands. Oh, yes, yes. But there's this purple border breaker that appears on the corner of the cards, and it looks pretty nice as a little accent going around the entire fan. Pretty cool. And in terms of the faces, there's this little like water-like design that appears in the background of the cards. I wonder if that'll look good in a fan as well. Okay, that's a little near to the corner of the cards, but yeah, that's a pretty cool deck design. Alright guys, so that was my quick look at these 3 decks of anime playing cards. In terms of my ranking, I rank this the lowest simply because number 1, you're not going to be able to get it anyway. This deck was released in 2008, it's long gone by now. But on the other hand, it is also not as good as the other playing cards. This feels like a very old style of playing cards, whereas these two are much more up to modern playing card standards. This deck of playing cards is number 2. I feel like the design is just a little bit too much, but at the same time as being too much, it's also not colorful enough. It feels like it fails at being lively and anime-like. So it feels like it's the middle of the pack. It doesn't do anything very special with it. And finally, this deck of playing cards, good stock, good finish, good art, beautiful colorful anime artwork, fantastic stuff. But if you're not looking to get any anime playing cards and you want to get yourself some cool manly man playing cards, I don't know why I said it like that, head over to the newdeckorder.com and you can support me by picking up a deck of playing cards right there. In fact, if you want to, you can use discount code Jaspas YouTube as seen at the bottom of the screen right now to get 10% off your purchase. Alright guys, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's quick look at these 3 different anime playing cards. And if you saw a deck that you liked, let me know what you thought about it. Until next time, it's Jaspas. Take care. Bye bye.